Our problem statement at the start of this program that we have decided was how might we use AI to get the audience insight to design more relevant and interactive news narratives. So two key terms I have found in this problem statement as a technocrat, that how to find out the audience insight and how to use the AI or deep learning and machine learning to get the news narratives. So we could have a more directed towards the insight of the news and the insight of the audience or the. So there were the two problem statements that we targeted. First is the audience insight, what the people are thinking, what the people are responding, what their mindset is. And second is the news narratives, how news can be, what kind of news can be delivered to the audience, what is the insight of that news, what is the relevancy of that news, how that news is interacting with the people. So these two things that we target, that we decided to work on using the artificial intelligence, if the artificial intelligence can find out some of the things from that. So we decide three milestones to achieve those target. First was to scrap the data from the online resources. Second, apply the sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis can give us the audience insight, what the audience are thinking about. And the last one is the text summarization. So there are a lot of AI models are available, and we have to test it, which model will bring the actual narrative of the story when we generate the summary, right? So three things we decided to achieve at each month end, and I'm glad to announce that we successfully complete all the three milestones at the end of this program. So with the team effort, first we target some of the social media platform, that is to get the data to extract the user responses. So primarily we extract the data from the Twitter because it is available. It allow us to extract the data. Other platform needs to take the permission. So we target the Twitter data to scrap it and perform the analysis over that data. The second part was perform the sentiment analysis. So once we get a news, we extract the data, we extract the user responses over that news from the social media platforms. So we successfully write a script, and through that, using that script, we were able to extract the data from those social media platforms. And then we use the sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis gave us the insight, right? What are the sentiment of the user, responses of the user over that news article or over that news that media houses are going to spread. So we collect, so we are like design a script for which if we pass a news article over a particular online platform, we were able to extract the user responses. So if the user response are positive, that means the majority of the readers are positive about that particular article. If the users responses are negative, sentiments is negative, that means the audience is more writing negative about that particular article. So the media houses can decide in which particular, like what further news they can throw according to the audience insight. So sentiment analysis is basically giving us the audience insight or the audience responses against a particular article. The last task that we use the text summarization, because we want to get the news narrative. So news narrative, so there are multiple articles are floating on a particular matter or particular topic. So if we can extract those articles from the online platform and generate the summary. So there are two type of summaries the AI model are able to generate: abstractive summary and extractive summary. So we targeted actually extractive summary, not the abstractive. So extractive summary give us the more insight, more concrete structure of the story, right? So we use a encoder based technique. available in AI to generate the text summary that is available. Right. So that this is all. We have three steps. One is the web scraping of data. So that was the fundamental initial step. Second, we use the sentiment analysis to get the audience insight. And third, we use the text summary to get the news insight. So both of the content has been fine, and we can deliver this in the due time. Now over to you, Asis.
And thank you, Dr. Tapas. So I think I just wanted to add here, if you see our subject, or the project where we started working on that, the project is selected and coined, the term which is coined here is very intelligently we are using here. Like, if you can see, like, how might we use AI and audience insight to design more relevant and interactive news narrative. So here we are using all the three terms, like what is the input, what is the output, and how we are going to do. So our output should be the relevant interactive news narrative, while the input to this narrative is like audience insight. So what is audience insight for us? Audience insight is the data. The data, what is the data? Data is how customer interact with our content, how a customer interact with the article which we are publishing. So this includes like customer like liking, or sometimes it is like their demography, their gender, based on the consent of the reader. We capture some of this data. At what time the customer is reading that particular article. So these are the audience insights, basically data. And then how we are going to use this data? We are using this data in our AI models, and these data are the input for our AI models. And then based on that, we are getting the result, which is giving us as a relevant interactive news. So I can say for any news, there are three areas or three key pillars for any news media or new houses. These three pillars are content, subscription, and advertising. So let me just talk on the content now. Later part we will discuss while Dr. Das will allow us. So content, here we are using the two way. One is the delivery content. The delivery content is what customer are reading, the customer, or I can say readers are getting, and other is like what we are passing to the journalist actually. So and in this area we have newsroom value chain, which includes the how content is created, content is aggregated, content is distributed and transmitted, and consumption. So these are the five areas, five value chain of content. If we can consolidate that five value chain of content, we will be giving our customer a very insightful story and data. Yeah, this is all I wanted to say here. Thank you.